Welcome back to Sports Gist. Now, Francis, you were talking about Chelsea and the loss.
Chelsea played against Brentford.
Yeah.
Brentford are in their second season ever in the English Premier League.
Yeah.
And they lost woefully. The last time Chelsea played against Brentford, they lost.
It's actually
this is the El Clasico we are talking about here. The El Clasico, it doesn't matter the form of either side. You get the El Clasico is the biggest. Is the biggest club. It's not a derby match. The El Clasico is the biggest rivalry. In club football. The El Clasico is the encounter that even the English Premier League lovers, they look forward to every year.
I mean, the El Clasico is no longer the El Clasico.
It doesn't matter. No, El Clasico remains El Clasico. It's just that the personnel that were executing the El Clasico back then have changed. The El Clasico remains the El Clasico. The El Clasico remains the most viewed match in club football, year in, year out. So you cannot say Barcelona lost woefully. For the past 3 or 4 encounters, we have been trashing Real Madrid back to back. Yeah. But what points? How many points have Manchester United been able to take out of Manchester City? The same Manchester City that stopped Manchester United from going home with a trophy last season.
No, to answer that, it's funny. The last time Manchester United actually ended ahead of Man City, Phil Foden was still a child. So it tells you how long that was. But then again, when Ilkay Gundogan opened the scoring for Barcelona, it looked as though Barcelona had the games in their palm. But it took the excellence of the man, the Macron, Jude Bellingham.
The Ballon d'Or.
We're not there yet. Okay. Let's focus on what happened during the course of the weekend. Yeah. Now, it took the excellence of Jude Bellingham to outclass Barcelona in that particular El Clasico game. Let me hear your thoughts, CY.
Bellingham has always been a thorn in the flesh of La Liga teams this season. Okay, if we were to judge by the number of games he has played in La Liga, okay, this season he has been excellent. And even before that game on Saturday, many Barcelona fans accused him of scoring against lower teams, small teams. That was what they called his goals. Okay, they said he only scores against small teams, that he has not been scoring against big teams. Now, what a way to respond to that criticism. What did he do? Scored 2 goals, okay, again in the El Clasico, and he didn't just score 2 goals. He scored a world-class goal in the El Clasico.
I mean, does that goal remind you of anybody? What he did, the likes of Ronaldo? Those are people I know that
that performed that. The first goal was wow. That first goal was wow.
You know, let's open the phone lines. Our phone lines are on the screen. Please call us and give us your take on the weekend's game. Now, let's leave the El Clasico a bit. Let's go to the Manchester derby. Now, that's another derby.
Before we go over to the Manchester derby, I just want to quickly correct something.
All right, do that.
You said Barcelona fans were saying Jude Bellingham was scoring goals against lower teams. Against lower team. You said that just to justify your sentiments. You said that. Listen. You said that just to justify your sentiment because bulk of Barcelona fans. For me at this stage, when I talk about Barcelona fans, I don't talk about those who talk out of just for the reasons to talk. I'm talking about people who speaks with logic. So a lot of Barcelona fans have been commending the tremendous impact Jude Bellingham has had on the Real Madrid team and La Liga as a whole.
Yeah.
His impact, his arrival in that Real Madrid team, it brought a new life to La Liga.
True.
To La Liga as a whole. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So I think it will be quite it will be quite atrocious for a right-thinking Barcelona fan to try to water down what Jude Bellingham is doing. I was speaking to a particular Chelsea fan on my WhatsApp, and I said that Real Madrid need to add some money just dash Jude Bellingham. Yes, because what
So he was worth the money Real Madrid brought him?
what more than the money?
Than that money.
Yeah, he's
way
worth
more than.
I think he's
than
one
that money.
signing this summer that actually lived up to or more than expectations.
And if Madrid are able to pull their Champions League magic this season, if they are able to, for any reason, pull their Champions League magic this season, and the boy keeps up with this
Performance?
with this performance, then well, let's say we already know our next
Ballon d'Or winner.
Ballon d'Or
But let's not forget.
we already know the next Ballon d'Or winner that will be taken over from Lionel Messi.
No, let's not talk about Ballon d'Or. But speaking of Ballon d'Or, let's not forget that the Euro 2024 will be coming up next year.
Okay.
And let's see how England performs and Jude Bellingham anyways. But regardless, Real Madrid came out tops in that particular derby, and kudos to Jude Bellingham. But let's talk about the Manchester derby. Now, in the previous Manchester derbies, we've had the likes of Ryan Giggs. He has played 29 Manchester derbies for Manchester United and scored 13 goals. 13 goals, that was assists though. And there's Eric Cantona with 10, Wayne Rooney with 9, with more appearances, Sergio Aguero with 8, with 13 appearances, but Erling Haaland just 3 appearances for Manchester City, has had 5 goals and 3 assists. What a player he is. And he got 2 goals against Manchester United yesterday. Although the first goal was a bit controversial. Jimmy Carragher has come out to say that is one of the most controversial, although it's not as though we don't expect that, but one of the most controversial penalties he has seen in world football. Now, this weekend, there were so many controversies this weekend, starting with the fight between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. And so many people are still gutted as we speak right now. They believe...
I'm one of them.
I am, anyways. I'm sure you are too.
Of course.
Yeah. Do you think that penalty awarded to Man City was a robbery? See why?
I won't say it's a robbery.
Okay.
It's actually a very controversial one. Okay. So any referee that gives it as a penalty is right, and if a referee decides not to give it as a penalty,
it's also right.
It's also right.
Why is that?
So it's a gray area.
Okay. It's
a gray area that has not been clearly defined in that particular regulation when it comes to PKs. Okay, so some referees may look at it as very soft. Some referees may look at it as a clear breach of play. Okay, so any referee that decides to give it as a penalty is right. Any referee that doesn't decide to give it as a penalty, I won't blame that referee for not giving it as a penalty. Okay, because it has not been clearly stated. The rule has not been clearly defined. So it is now up to the referee to decide what to do in that situation. So I won't call it a robbery. I'm a United fan, but I won't call it a robbery because Hoodlund actually held the other player. Okay, Rodri.
I mean, you say you're a United fan, but you're adorning City's colour though. So I want to ask Francis the question. Yeah. Now the first penalty came at. Well, I don't want to believe that penalty cost Man United the game, because Man United were below par yesterday. But to be fair, City were also below par. Their performance was not so good, but I think maybe the goal boosted them.
If City were able to get 3 goals while playing below par, it tells you the standard. It tells you the level at which they are playing. Because when people play below par, when people scrap through a win, you scrap through 1-0, 2-1, but you don't scrap through a 3-0 win, like a comfortable 3-0 win. And it brings me to the question, what exactly, when was the last time Manchester United were able to do something to hurt Manchester City? When was the last time?
I mean, they did it. Was it last season? Yeah, they did it last season.
Last season?
Yeah, the second leg.
Man City 2-1.
I think it was at the Etihad Stadium, if I'm not mistaken.
At Old Trafford.
Old Trafford,
At Old Trafford. The same Manchester City that stopped Manchester United from going home with the FA Cup.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? No. See, losing against your City rivals is not something that is new. But you don't lose against your City rivals in that disgraceful manner.
Was it disgraceful?
Yes, it was.
Was it more disgraceful than last season when they beat them 6-3?
It's like the same category, actually.
It's the same. It's the same. So, and I begin to wonder, why is Eric Ten Hag's job still looking so safe?
Okay, now it brings me to today's question, or more like a poll. Who will be the first manager to be on the chopping block? Will it be Eric Ten Hag of Manchester United or Mauricio Pochettino of Chelsea? And it's looking more like Mauricio Pochettino.
For me, I think none of them, and we are looking in the wrong direction.
And why is that?
I think Vincent Kompany
is going to be the first.
We'll go first.
Oh wow! Let's see how that pans out. Anyways, but enough of the weekend's game. Yeah, but before I run up the weekend's game, Inter Milan fought hard and they got a goal against Roma. Napoli played out a 2-2 draw against AC Milan, and of course Olivier Giroud got a double. And it was good for Arsenal. It was good for Tottenham. Tottenham, Arsenal, they seem to be, I don't know what they ate this season, but it's working. It's working perfectly for them.
And my fear is, will they be able to maintain that standard when they get to the business end of the
season?
And
I'm happy people are saying that. You know why? I feel like that will keep them in their toes. The fact that people have doubt about it.
We have seen it happening before.
Okay.
Who would have? Most of us thought Arsenal would win the league last season. Okay, they were excellent.
I didn't, though.
They were excellent.
Yeah.
They were excellent, scoring goals for fun. Okay, playing good football.
Yeah.
But deep down, we all had that doubt because over the years, as they have done it more than 10 times, they will be so good, so good. But when they get to the point of the season that matters the most, they will start fumbling. And it happened exactly that way last season.
And don't you think they would have learned from last season's mistake already?
Looking at how things has panned out for them this season, and looking at how they were able to approach the Manchester City game this season, I think a whole lot has changed in terms of the mentality.
Okay.
And I think particularly that win against Manchester City,
the booster,
was a very, very big morale booster for Arsenal in terms of their title push. And personally, I think it's going to be a very interesting title race.
I think Arsenal has a chance.
However, I think Manchester City will win the league.
That is the point.
I want to disagree with you guys.
They have the experience. They have the players to execute their plan. Okay,
you know,
and then
let's not forget that Manchester City, they are notorious for going on
unbeaten runs,
extended games of unbeaten runs. Like not just unbeaten and having draws in between. Like they are notorious for having extended runs of wins.
Okay, that makes sense.
And for me personally, Manchester City's form this season, since the beginning of the season, I'm even surprised that they are even getting the amount of points they are getting.
Okay.
Manchester City, they are known for always leaving it late, leaving it till December, January, and they go between December to probably March, early April, winning, cruising through other teams, like scoring 5, scoring 6 for fun.
Okay.
It has happened over and over again, and I don't think the pattern.
But I think there's a dip in their form this season.
Yes.
I think they are not as good as they were, and it's a testament to the fact that Kevin De Bruyne has been injured. And well, I feel like if Arsenal can actually capitalize on that and maybe gather all the points they need right now, maybe they might just win.
Also, I think Manchester City right now, they are missing the influence. Remember, for the past 2 seasons, okay, it has been Ilkay Gundogan that has been giving them that trophy,
that clutch moment.
At that dying minute, Gundogan will just come from nowhere. Like the last 10 to 15 matches of the season, Gundogan will just pick up and start scoring. Even if nobody scores goal, Gundogan will find a way to either give an assist or score a goal.
Let's not forget that they have Rodri who is doing the job.
Yes,
he's also doing. I mean, there's Julian Alvarez too.
And there's Julian Alvarez.
There's so many great players.
I don't know.
So I want to switch it up and bring all these people and let's go to the Ballon d'Or. Now the 67th Ballon d'Or award returns tonight, and it's looking more like it's going to be the most controversial Ballon d'Or in a long time. Yes, now so many fans are shouting that if Messi wins the Ballon d'Or, then this Ballon d'Or has no meaning because Erling Haaland.
Like which one?
Because no, let me finish. Because Erling Haaland won the treble. No, the argument is plenty. But I will start with you, Francis. Before I get there now, it was not only Haaland that won the treble. The key players, in my opinion, are the likes of Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, even Julian Alvarez.
No.
In my opinion, Julian Alvarez won the World Cup. He won the treble too. So he stand a chance, in my opinion. There's Kvaratskhelia, there's Osimhen, there are other players, but let's focus on Man City.
That won the treble.
Lionel Messi. No, that did great for their clubs. Now, but let's bring it down to Messi and Haaland, because they seem to be the players everybody's actually looking out for. Yeah. Now, if the Ballon d'Or goes to Lionel Messi, I might not argue because I'm a Messi fan. Yeah. And I think winning the World Cup is great. But
you will not argue.
No, but but we've seen great players who has actually gone on to win the World Cup, but they didn't win the Ballon d'Or.
Now, tell me one of...
Then we've also seen people who won the treble, winning the Ballon d'Or over... I don't know if you understand me.
Now,
it has been a bit controversial.
Give me one example of a player that did so well in the World Cup year and was not considered for the World Cup trophy.
2014.
2014, Kylian Mbappe?
No, 2014, Germany.
Germany?
You have Thomas Müller.
No, was it Germany that won it in 2014?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, 2018
Manuel Neuer came third. Okay, he won the German league.
Yeah, he
won almost all the domestic leagues
and won the World Cup.
And then won the World Cup.
Okay, and won the World Cup.
Yes.
No, let's talk about Wesley Sneijder.
No,
he won the treble in 2010. He was not regarded. Exactly. Now let's talk about Iniesta.
Okay,
he won the World Cup. And at the time, Xavi and Iniesta were the best midfield partnership in world football. Now let's even go back. Okay, I can understand when Cannavaro won it
in 2010. In that same 2010, Messi won the Golden Ball in that same World Cup, you know.
Okay.
Messi won the Golden Ball in that 2010 World Cup. Now, in 2018.
Yeah.
In 2018, Luka Modric won the Ballon d'Or. He won the Ballon d'Or. Courtesy of his performance in the World Cup. But he was not even the best player.
Not even the best player in the World Cup.
He was not even the best player for Croatia in that very competition.
And even Real Madrid, in my opinion.
And even Real Madrid.
In my opinion, yeah.
Statistically.
He won the Champions League.
Yes. But even in
Madrid, in my opinion, Madrid won that Champions League.
Madrid won the Champions League. He was in the heart of that meeting.
He was in the heart of that meeting.
And then he still did well in the World Cup.
Statistically.
He couldn't even win the World Cup.
He was in the final.
Fabio Cannavaro won the Ballon d'Or
because the game had voted Materazzi. Because in my opinion, that's how I see it. So he would have won the Ballon d'Or.
I agree with that.
Messi deserves the World Cup. Because look at the manner with which he won the World Cup. He's the first player that has ever done it. No human being that has ever done it. He won the World Cup, scoring in every stage of the competition. He won the World Cup while single-handedly almost carrying the team on his back.
He
won back in PSG. He was the only player in the top 5 leagues with 20 plus goals and 20 plus assists. What are you looking for?
Okay, sorry, let me cut you short. See why I want to hear your opinion.
No, before
I had mentioned something about
going to the MLS. Before going to the MLS in Inter Miami, Inter Miami has never played any final in their entire history. He got there and after 6 matches, he took them to a final and won the final. What are you talking about?
Now let's talk about. You gave me stats on Ronaldo.
If we're talking about that, Ronaldo went to Al Nassr. Al Nassr has not been to a final for a long time too.
Yeah.
He also went to the final.
In the second season. Ronaldo went to Al Nassr. Al Nassr were top on their table.
No, they are not top. They are not top on the table. Sorry, but I think Al Ittihad is high ahead of them.
Al Nassr were topping the table when Ronaldo arrived in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And I stand.
Ronaldo is still the guy in the helm of affairs.
We're talking about.
He's not at the helm of affairs in MLS.
Compared to Ronaldo scored.
What are you talking about? Talking about number of goals scored in a calendar year.
Yeah.
Right now, Ronaldo is topping it.
Even he's stopping Haaland as we speak.
I'm not a Ronaldo fan, okay?
Well, let's talk about Haaland, Messi. Who deserves the Ballon d'Or?
Messi deserves the Ballon d'Or.
You said Messi, you?
I think Haaland does.
Right. Tell me why, because first I was talking
because there is no clear criteria to determine who wins the Ballon d'Or. It's just a group of people coming together to vote for whoever they like.
Are you of the opinion that Messi is winning this Ballon d'Or because FIFA and the entire organizers of football, they love Messi?
We have been seeing all the pointers. His barber has come out to say that he's winning it.
Even Fabrizio has come out to say.
His close friend has also said he's winning it. So that they had already informed him.
Francis, let me ask you a question.
There's no criteria.
If Messi, let's say Messi, peradventure, he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or tonight.
It doesn't change anything.
Will it come to you as a shock, though?
No, it will not come to me as a shock because Erling Haaland on his part, he did the unthinkable.
Yeah.
The English league that I was saying as the almighty, he came and made it look like
a baby league,
farmers league.
All right.
So I will not be personally, Haaland and Mbappe. Haaland is my preference, and it's my desire to see Haaland lay his hands on that Ballon d'Or before Kylian Mbappe, because Kylian Mbappe is an unserious human being with what he's doing at PSG.
All right, so let's end this. Who wins the Ballon d'Or tonight?
Lionel Messi goes on with it tonight.
Messi too. Thank you so much, guys, for being on the show with me today. Thank you to our amazing viewers. Let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. I remain Dearest to have a wonderful day.